incoming message, someone is destroying your son. Here he is, Famicom 2.
On the Nintendo site, service continuation, Nintendo Wi-Fi connection service, effective May 20th, 2014. Pretty much all online and matchmaking on the Nintendo Wii system will end May 20th. That's Mario Kart Wii, that's GoldenEye, that's Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and...
Was it GoldenEye too? Did they list GoldenEye?
Yes.
Yeah, they did.
Yep.
Yeah, they listed GoldenEye.
I noticed, any of you guys ever played the Conduit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yes.
I noticed those weren't on the list, and then I figured the company that made the Conduit must be running the servers themselves and not Nintendo.
Yeah, it was like Monster Hunter Tri. They ran their own stuff.
Yeah, because Monster Hunter on the Wii went down already, right? Because the Wii U one came out?
Yeah. Right. Now, exactly. High Voltage is the one that did Conduit and Conduit 2. But no, there's a full list now, if you visit the Nintendo site, and it's just page after page of titles, including WiiWare titles like Dr. Mario and all that. That's all gone.
Also, just a quick thing, we'll be linking this in the thread as well. We actually have the link, just in case there was lazy people out there like me that had to get that page linked. So, there you go.
Yeah. And we'll put it in the comments of this podcast as well, so people can reference it. So first, before we even delve into how this affects the community at large, I just kind of want to get everyone's reactions to this. Sly, what was your first reaction? Your initial?
I was wrong. That was my first reaction. Because I'd been pandering for a while now, especially against that one kid on the forum. I don't remember his name, but anyway, it seemed unlikely that Nintendo would actually shut down a P2P swarm server. I mean, it's not much. Basically all the connectivities between the players' Wiis. So I was kind of shocked that they did it, but then after about a few moments, I was like, well, how is this not surprising? After all, the Wii U's only sold, 6 million units?
Right.
So anything to push all those kids off their Wiis. So.
What do you think, Roller?
It doesn't really surprise me, given that the system, the base system actually started with Mario Kart DS all the way back in, I think, 2005, 2004. It's a pretty ancient system. And like Sly said, they didn't sell very many Wiis.
No, it's funny you mentioned that.
Yeah.
Wii U, sorry.
Yeah.
Also,
go for it.
Also, I'm kind of glad it gets rid of most of the hackers. It's like when Unity plays card about once a week, and when we can't play a little while for more than 10 minutes about getting a LOLs hacker, it's just wrong.
Yeah. Well, what do you think, Pika?
I'm kind of glad. It's been around for too long, I think, personally, because, they're focused on the Wii U. They've got their next-gen console out, if you can call it that, and they're starting to bring up Nintendo Network with all the NNIDs and things, and I definitely thought with the release of the Wii U, they would have shut off the servers with the Wii, because when we got that first public service announcement, whatever you want to call it, stating that most of the channels were going to be off air, I thought that was it. I thought, the rest of everything was going to come down, but as Rolla did touch on, I'm so happy there's going to be, no more hackers just ruining the fun.
For a little while until they crack the Wii U.
For a while, yeah.
Right. What do you think, Calvin?
To be honest, it's not it was one of those things you expected, but it's still a shock, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the fact that I don't mind that it's going down. I don't play Mario Kart nearly as much as I used to, but it's the fact that it won't be there when you want to play again. You know, it's sometimes there's a lot of players that haven't played in a while, the competitive aspect of the game is already dying down. But occasionally some old-time players will get together and get on and do a war or two, right? Well, suddenly that option's not there for you anymore.
Yeah.
And it's weird to think about because Mario Kart Wii has been such a big portion of my life now. I've been playing it. I got it the week it came out, and I've been playing it since. And all of a sudden I can't play it anymore. You can play offline, obviously, but that isn't really fun. Like, there's nothing to it.
It's all kind of like, now we know there's that end date. And, oh, by the way, I totally forgot that I was supposed to introduce myself as well. I'm McMurphy. I'm representing Shell Signers. But yeah, that's what, I knew that this day was going to happen. I mean, I had to go through this with my last combat racer, Jack X. I mentioned that last episode.
Jack.
Yeah, and at least we were getting. See, now Sony did theirs and they pulled all the PS2 online, or at least a big bulk of them. They gave a date, and not to scare anyone, but 20 days prior to that date, they went ahead and pulled the plug anyway. So
that's a dick move.
It is not a pleasant thing. So, but yeah, so I was shocked, kind of like all of you are saying, shocked but not terribly surprised. But it's still kind of like, oh, I guess now's the time. We have to start thinking that way.
It's not so much the fact that it's going down, but it's signifying like the end of an era. Like,
right.
This is over now, and new things are going to start up, but nothing will ever be the same again. Mario Kart 8, especially after seeing that last trailer, looks awesome. I'm really pumped about it, but community surrounding it almost solely because of Wii U sales and the fact that Wii U doesn't attract as many people as the Wii did. The community is never going to be like Mario Kart Wii was. It doesn't matter how good the game is.
And actually, you're really touching on to the kind of the next question here, probably the most important, as far as we're all concerned. What does the May 20th shutdown of Mario Kart Wii mean for clans and fans alike? What is that going to mean, Sly?
It's kind of hard to say. I mean, it's only 10 days from the 20th to the 30th, which is when Mario Kart 8 drops. So there'll be 10 days where no one can war, no one can do anything. I'm not exactly sure what will happen during that time. I don't think it'll be anything really big. Yeah, I mean, I think what will happen once we move over to Mario Kart 8, we'll really get to figure out whether or not Nintendo actually implemented anything for the clans, or if it's more of the same old house rules that we kind of had to do with Mario Kart Wii. I think that they will have more of a lasting impact for what happens for clans in the long term beyond the 20th.
What do you think, Pika? How do you think this is going to affect clans and online communities and everything about the end of Mario Kart Wii being an online game?
Well, first of all, there's going to be a lot of panic. There's naturally.
You mean like there hasn't already?
Fire in the streets, like.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I predict that fireballs are going to fall from the sky, the ground's going to open up, things like that. No, but definitely, I think that it's going to be a good thing, because it'll give our members on the forums 10 days to just relax, 10 days to think of new things to do for their clan, how they can improve their clans. It's pretty much like a respite.
That's true.
There's always going to be the members on the forums that are just fear mongering and the annoying ones, but yeah, they're all pretty much just like the clan section. They're going to panic for a while, but they're going to realize that this is a good thing. They can improve and get better, in my opinion.
Well, what do you think, Rollergold?
I'm going to play devil's advocate here. I'm going to say it's kind of sudden death for clans, because here's the thing. The Wii U hasn't sold very many boxes. Mm-hmm. And also, it's a $300 device. $300 is not chump change, especially given that the majority of the hardcore community is not very old, and they probably don't have a lot of disposable income. Plus, you need $60 for the game.
That's true.
So, personally, unless Nintendo really knocks it out of the park with this system and also lowers the price to maybe $275, $250, it's not really going to be the same. It's going to take, even then, it's going to take a while for the transition to occur.
Yeah. And
personally, there are not going to be very many clans if they don't really knock it out of the park. The only thing that may not really be affected is time trials, because you don't really need an online system for that. But if this game flops, this place is on death row, if you ask me.
Right. Well, go ahead. Sorry.
It's an expensive box.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. There is definitely a price tag too. converting into the next chapter of the franchise. What do you think, Pokemaster Calvin, sorry. I always want to call you Kevin.
It's alright. It's hard to say, really. I know, I bet you anything there'll be a huge influx of new players around Christmas time again. I don't know if you guys remember, like, when Mario Kart 7 came out, but, like, I think the beginning of December 2011, right?
Yeah, because they actually bundled that in with the 3DS. Maybe they could do that for the Wii U as well, I guess, because they've done that for a lot of their first-party games, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, like, the first couple weeks of Mario Kart 7, there weren't that many, and then you saw that Christmas, and including myself, everyone got a 3DS and MK7, and all of a sudden you had this 2 months to 3 months after December that year, where MK7 was crazy. Like, I thought the MKWii community might die then, but then people started realizing that MK7 isn't maybe the best competitive game, and people went back to Mario Kart Wii.
So, on that note, with the, Calvin, the difference here would then be Nintendo's telling you can't go back.
Exactly, you don't have Mario Kart Wii to go back to. But I think that leaves people in a weird situation, because all of a sudden you don't have that. If you don't enjoy MK8 or MK7 and you're just waiting for another MKWii, but you can't go back to MKWii, well, you're kind of stuck. You have to choose a new game to move on to, which can be tough. Like, you have to find the right game that captures you, like Mario Kart did in the first place. Which, in my case right now, I've been playing Smash Bros. A lot, like getting into the competitive Smash scene, and it's an amazing new experience. But it took me a while to find, and in the gap between then and when I stopped playing Mario Kart, like the amount of time that I put into games and things like that, it went down a lot.
And Pika, I think just a couple of minutes ago, there was something that didn't sound like you wanted to add? Or have we already kind of touched on it?
No, I was just pretty much agreeing.
Yeah.
Calvin, I was just agreeing.
From how I see it, as far as what it means for clients, it creates a great divide, right? As far as the sections in Mario Kart Wii forums will be dead. I mean, as far as Mario Kart Wii, it is kind of the end of days as far as that regards. With the little exception here, and this is when Sly is going to take over the floor probably on the next question. But
incoming message, someone is destroying your son. Here he is,